Hey, what's up, man? I'm Peter the Booklover, and this is Movie Talk. This is where I talk about the movies I recently seen. This is episode number 29, and in episode number 29, we're going to talk about the movie The Black Hole. Let's talk about this movie. Hello again, I am Peter the Booklover, and welcome to my channel. This is a channel to where we talk about books and movies. And in this episode, we're going to talk about the movie The Black Hole. This is a great Disney movie, and I'm going to have a great time talking about it. Hopefully, you'll have a great time as well. Let's get into this. But before I get into the movie, I want to let my audience know that I really appreciate you being here. It's great that you're giving me your time. Thank you so much for stopping by. Okay, let's talk about The Black Hole. Now, the way that I start this video is I'm going to talk about the cast and I'm going to talk about the director. But if you want to skip that, just go in the chapters and you could skip this. But I really like doing this, so this is a part that I really like doing. So hopefully you'll enjoy this. So let's get into this. Okay, let's talk about The Black Hole. This movie was released December 20th, 1979. And this was directed by Gary Nelson. And this person directed another movie that I've seen. This was a made-for-TV movie, and this was a movie called Murder in Coweta County. And this is a movie starring Andy Griffith, and Andy Griffith actually plays a villain in this movie. And it's also stars Johnny Cash, and Johnny Cash is actually the police officer pursuing after Andy Griffith. And this was a very good movie. I enjoyed this because it was really interesting to see Andy Griffith play a bad guy instead of a good guy. That's the only other movie that I've ever seen by him. So let's go into the cast. Now, the first actor that I'm going to talk about is the one that plays Dr. Hans Reinhardt. And this is played by Maximilian Schell. And he's been in other movies that I've seen. He was in the movie John Carpenter's Vampires. And that was a great movie. I really, really enjoyed that movie a lot. And he was also in a movie called Stalin. And this is where Robert Duvall plays Stalin. And I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, but this was a very entertaining movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Okay. So the next actor that I'm going to talk about is the actor that plays Dr. Alex Durant. And this is played by Anthony Perkins. Now, Anthony Perkins was in the movie Psycho, and I really love that movie. It's a fantastic movie. He was also in another movie called Pretty Poison, and this is another interesting movie that he was in, and I enjoyed that quite a bit as well. And then he also, the other movie that I've seen him in, he's made 4 Psycho movies, but I've only seen 2 of them, and I've seen Psycho 2 and Psycho 1. So Psycho 2 is another movie that I've seen by him, and I enjoyed that a lot. That was really good. I really, really enjoyed it. Now, the third actor that I'm going to talk about is the person that plays Captain Dan Holland, and this is played by Robert Forster. And this guy was in a movie that I really enjoyed, Jackie Brown, and I really enjoyed that movie. It was a lot of fun. My favorite performance in that movie was Robert De Niro, but still, he was in this movie. He was also in a movie called Me, Myself, and Irene, and this is a Jim Carrey movie that I really enjoyed, but I really don't remember his performance in this movie. He was also in another movie called The Wolf of Snow Hollow, and I remember his performance in that movie, but I was not a fan of that movie. Okay, the next person that I'm going to talk about is an actress, and this is the person that plays Dr. Kate McRae, and this is played by Yvette Menu, and I've seen her in another movie that's fantastic. She was in The Time Machine, and I really loved her performance in that movie, and I haven't seen her in any other movies, but I really love The Time Machine. That's a really fantastic movie. Now, the next actor that I'm going to talk about is the person that plays Harry Booth, and this is played by Ernest Borgnine, and this guy has made some great movies. He was in the Poseidon Adventure, and I really enjoyed that movie. A lot of fun. Well, not a lot of fun, but it was a pretty cool movie. Then he was in a fantastic movie, one of my favorites. I love Escape from New York, and he played Cabby in Escape from New York, and I really, really love that movie. He's been in other movies, but I haven't seen him in any other movies yet. But I plan on watching more movies that he's in pretty soon. And the next actor that I'm going to talk about is the sixth actor, and this is the person that plays Vincent, and this is played by Roddy McDowall. Now, Vincent stands for Vital Information Necessary Centralized. If you didn't know that, now you know. And he plays the droid that's floating around, one of my favorite characters of this movie. And this guy was also in other movies that I really enjoyed. He was in The Longest Day, and that is a fantastic World War II movie. I really enjoyed that a lot. He was in 4 of the Planet of the Apes movie. The one, I've seen all of them, but the one that I really, really love was the movie Planet of the Apes. That was a fantastic movie. He was in the Poseidon Adventure as well, which is another movie that I enjoyed. Now, he was also in this movie, Fright Night. And Fright Night, I love that vampire movie. That is a really, really wonderful movie. And he's got some great scenes in that movie that I really, really enjoyed. And he also was in the cartoon A Bug's Life, which is a movie that I adore. That is a fantastic cartoon, a Pixar movie, and it's wonderful. I really am a fan of that movie. And then the last one I'm going to talk about is the person that plays Bob. And this is played by Slim Pickens. Now, this guy was in a couple movies that I've seen and I enjoy. The first one is Blazing Saddles. Now, a lot of people, if they watch this movie, it's really over the top, and you might think this is a racist movie, but no, this is a movie making fun of racists. Blazing Saddles is a Mel Brooks movie, and it's pretty funny. Although these days a lot of people would be really offended if they watch this movie because it's got some very racist parts. But at the same time, it's making fun of racists, so, you got to take it with a grain of salt. I actually like the movie. It's not my favorite movie. I prefer other Mel Brooks movies, but, I have seen this movie, and I've also seen The Howling, which is a great werewolf movie, and that's a lot of fun. Now, Bob actually means Biosanitation Battalion. So, there you go. So that is the cast. Now, let me get into the movie. Now, this is a movie to where they're on the Palomino, and this is a spaceship that's going through space. I can't remember if they're heading home, I think, and they run across this ship, the Signet. Now, the thing about the Signet is it's this massively big ship. It's like, really reminds you of an Imperial cruiser. It's huge, and it's very cool looking. The Palomino is kind of cool looking because it's, it looks actually very realistic. It's not like a TIE fighter or a X-Wing or something. But the Signet is like this really cool looking ship that they come across. And when they first come across it, it's dark. And it's right next to a black hole. And they want to go investigate this ship. Well, they get told by the computer that they have to investigate the ship, so they go to the ship, and they almost get sucked into the black hole, but then all of a sudden they gravitate, they get stabilized, and then they start floating around it, and they're looking at it, and then all of a sudden the lights come on, and then they get to land on the ship. And then the first thing that happens when they get on this ship is they have their weapons taken away. And then they meet Dr. Hans Reinhardt. and then finds out that he's living, and there's all these like robots running things. You know, he's got a whole crew of robots, and he says that he's by himself. And then I really don't want to get further than that. That's pretty much the setup, and there's a plot twist, and you know they start investigating this thing, and there's more to this than meets the eye. And yeah, that's pretty much all I could really give away without giving away the movie. And I don't want to do any spoils, but there's like a part of this movie that's really cool. There's like this revealing part, like near the end of this movie, that's really cool. And then there's this like big finale that's kind of cool, kind of unique. It's not exactly my favorite ending, but it's kind of a cool ending. And that's about all I really want to say describing it. But let me give you my opinion of this movie now. See, I really enjoy this movie a lot. This movie is very, very cool. There's a lot of things that I really love about this movie. The look of the ship is like my favorite thing about this. The Cygnus is amazing. That ship is amazing. I love the way that it looks. And then when you get on the ship, it's huge, man. This ship is huge. You get on this thing like a train that takes you to places, and there's like a big field that's like a greenhouse, and there's all these plants everywhere. And yeah, and then you also got these two robots, Vincent and Bob, and they're really cool characters. They're a lot of fun. Now, this was released around the time that Star Wars was about to make Empire Strikes Back, so people were really craving a sci-fi movie. This is a Disney movie, and this is a really cool thing. Now, I really love this movie, and I would recommend it. If you ever get a chance to see this movie, I think that you should give it a shot, especially if you're a fan of sci-fi movies, because this was really cool. Very, very enjoyable. And I do recommend it. Now, I do give this movie 8 out of 10. And there's two reasons. There's the reason why I give this 8 out of 10 instead of 10 out of 10 is the first thing are these robots right here. I have a picture right here of these robots. And the thing about it is they're worse than stormtroopers. They're very slow, and you know, I wish they had these characters moving better, but they moved so slow and they were so clunky. You know, I wish they were more closer to stormtroopers, because stormtroopers will come running at you. These things were barely moving, so they were very, very slow. And then the other reason why I took off another star was because the ending is very weird. Although, now that I'm watching it again, and I actually know the name of the actor who plays Hans Reinhardt, his name is Maximilian. And one of the coolest things about this movie is the robot Maximilian. He's a very cool red robot, and he's very threatening, and I really love this movie. And there's something that happens at the end of this movie that, knowing his name is Maximilian, kind of makes it sense of this thing that happens at the end of the movie that I thought was really weird. But then, you know, I still do recommend this movie. This is still a very cool movie. It's just got a weird ending. I wish the ending was a little bit different. Or they made a part 2, and, you know, I don't think they're ever going to make a part 2 of this. But if they made a part 2, maybe they could redeem it and have some cool things. Because it ends, I don't want to give away how it ends, but it ends in a unique way. But yeah, I suggest you check out the movie and then make your own judgment on that yourself. But that's it. So, I am Peter the Book Lover. I want to thank you for coming by. Now, if you like this video and you like the black hole, do me a favor, hit that like button. It means a lot to me. If you want to give me your opinions of this movie, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to hear your suggestions of other movies, or just say hello. I love the comments, so please do me a favor. Let me know what you think in the comments. It would be great to hear from you. Now, if you subscribe to my channel and you're enjoying my content, I'm really happy. Thank you so much. I'm working really hard to make you enjoy my content. And if you're new here and you haven't subscribed, please do me a favor, subscribe to my channel. I make 2 videos a week, sometimes 3, but usually 2 videos a week. That way, if you subscribe to my channel, you're not going to get too many videos. I don't want to overload you with a bunch of videos. So that's why I do 2 videos a week. So, and also that way I could film them in advance, and then I don't have to be stress myself out trying to keep videos coming. You know, I've got videos filmed in the future. So that's it. I'm Peter the Book Lover, and if you like this video, give it a like and everything. And I hope to see you in the next video. See you next time.